Your cat stretches when they see you. Seems sweet, right? But what if that stretch isn't love? It's a silent cry for help. I thought it was affection, until a vet warned me it could signal pain, stress, or hidden illness. Just like slow blinking, hiding, or kneading. We misread them all. Today, I'll reveal some cat behaviors you've been misunderstanding. And first up, the cat stare. Okay, so your cat is staring at you right now, right? Here's what's actually happening in their brain that will shock you. Scientists discovered that when cats slow blink while staring, they're literally saying, "I love you," in cat language. But here's the crazy part. If you slow blink back, you're having a full conversation. Your cat's brain releases the same hormones as when they're with their mother. It's like they're saying, "You're my safe space, human." But if they stare without blinking, that's completely different. They might be hunting mode or feeling threatened. The pupil size also matters. Dilated pupils during staring could mean excitement, fear, or even medical issues. Try slow blinking at your cat right now. But now I need to share something critical that could save your cat's life. These next behaviors look normal, but are actually emergency warnings that most owners tragically ignore. The silent suffering hider. Your cat suddenly becomes extra quiet, starts sleeping in unusual places like closets or under beds, and avoids interaction. And you think, "Oh, they're just being moody." Stop. This could be a life or death situation. Here's the terrifying truth most cat owners never learn. Cats are masters of hiding pain, because in the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. When your cat isolates themselves, they might be suffering from internal pain, organ failure, or serious illness. That antisocial behavior is actually their ancient survival instinct kicking in. They're finding a safe place to either recover or die. Wild cats hide when they're vulnerable, and your house cat is following the same protocol. But here's the scary part. By the time you notice these subtle changes, your cat might have been suffering for weeks. Kidney disease, arthritis, dental pain, or even heart problems can cause this withdrawal behavior. The difference between a moody cat and a sick cat could mean the difference between life and death. But if you think that's surprising, wait until I reveal the shocking reason your cat becomes a complete psychopath at 3 a.m. and why it proves they're actually genius predators. The midnight zoomies. Have you ever been woken up at 3 a.m. by your cat going absolutely insane, running around like a maniac? There's a scientific reason for this that's actually genius. Your cat isn't crazy. They're a predator following 10,000-year-old programming. Between 3 to 5 a.m. is when their wild ancestors hunted most successfully because prey animals were vulnerable. Your house cat's brain doesn't know there's no gazelle in your living room, so your couch becomes the target. Their energy levels spike exactly like their wild cousins, releasing adrenaline and triggering those lightning-fast reflexes. But here's the plot twist. If your cat does this more than usual, they're actually bored and understimulated during the day. The solution? Tire them out before bedtime with interactive toys. Just 15 minutes of intense play can eliminate midnight zoomies completely. But that's nothing compared to this next behavior that will make you realize your cat is setting the ultimate trap for you every single day. And you keep falling for it like a fool. The belly trap. Your cat rolls over, shows their belly, and you think, "Oh, belly rub time." Wrong. You're about to fall into the ultimate cat trap. Here's what's really happening. Your cat is giving you the highest honor possible in the feline world. They're exposing their most vulnerable area because they trust you with their life. So when your cat does this, they're basically saying, "I trust you more than my survival instincts." But here's the genius part. It's a display of trust, not an invitation to touch. The moment you reach for that fluffy belly, their defensive reflexes kick in. Those back legs become weapons, designed to disembowel threats in the wild. So when they grab your hand, They're not being mean. They're just following millions of years of evolution. Respect the belly show. Don't fall for the trap. Trust me, that's child's play compared to what I'm about to reveal. Your cat is literally playing psychological warfare with your emotions using fake hunger, the food faker. Your cat acts starving, meows dramatically, leads you to their bowl with Oscar-worthy performance, then sniffs and walks away. You're thinking, what the heck? But your cat just played 4D chess with your emotions. They don't actually want food. They want your attention and affection. Studies reveal that cats associate feeding time with love, security, and bonding with their human family. So when they fake being hungry, they're actually triggering a caregiving response from you. But here's the scary part. If a cat who normally devours food suddenly stops eating their favorites, you have 24 to 48 hours to get to a vet. This could signal dental pain, organ problems, or other serious conditions. Know the difference between attention-seeking and genuine appetite loss. It could save their life. But this next warning sign is even more terrifying. Your cat's bathroom habits change slightly, and most owners think it's no big deal. The bathroom alarm bell. Your cat starts using the litter box more frequently, takes longer in there, or you notice tiny changes in their urine or poop. And you think, it's probably nothing serious? This could be the most dangerous mistake you ever make. Here's what's actually happening that will terrify you. Cats can go from healthy to critical condition in just 24 to 48 hours with urinary blockages, kidney disease, or digestive issues. That extra trip to the litter box could mean they're straining to urinate, and male cats can die within hours if they can't pee. Changes in litter box habits are your cat's only way of telling you something is catastrophically wrong inside their body. Blood and urine, constipation, diarrhea, or increased frequency are all red flags screaming emergency. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Most owners notice these changes but wait to see if it gets better, while their cat suffers in silence. Your cat's bathroom habits are literally their medical report card. Ignore it, and you could lose them forever. Hold up, because what I'm about to tell you next will blow your mind. Your expensive furniture isn't being destroyed. It's being turned into your cat's personal billboard with secret messages. The scratch attack. Your cat destroys your expensive furniture, and you think they're being destructive? No. They're being the perfect cat and following ancient protocols. Here's the mind-blowing truth. When cats scratch, they're not just maintaining their claws. They're operating a sophisticated communication system. Those paws contain special scent glands that release unique pheromones, essentially spray painting their signature everywhere. Your couch becomes their personal billboard announcing, "This territory belongs to me." But there's more. Scratching is also full-body physical therapy. It stretches their spine, shoulders, and leg muscles while removing dead claw sheaths, not destroying your stuff out of spite. They're maintaining their physical and mental health while marking their beloved home. Smart cats, right? But prepare yourself for this mind-blowing revelation. That terrifying Halloween pose your cat does, it's actually them begging for help, and most people get it completely wrong. The arch. Your cat arches their back like a Halloween decoration, and you think, oh no, angry aggressive cat. Wrong again. This dramatic pose is actually your cat's way of saying, I'm terrified and trying to survive. It's one of nature's most brilliant defense mechanisms. When scared, cats make themselves appear twice their actual size by arching their spine and fluffing every hair on their body. It's like a frightened person puffing out their chest to look tough. Pure bluff. This behavior triggers from their reptilian brain, activating survival mode instantly. They're not saying, I want to fight you. They're desperately communicating, please don't hurt me, I'm already scared. Their tail also becomes a giant bottle brush, ears flatten back, and they might even sideways hop to look more intimidating. The next time you see this Halloween cat pose, Don't back away in fear or try to comfort them. Instead, give them space and time to feel safe again. Respect their fear response. But get ready for the behavior that makes everyone think cats are bipolar. They're purring and happy, then suddenly attack you, and the reason will absolutely shock you. The love bite mystery. Here's the behavior that confuses everyone and makes people think cats are bipolar. Your cat is purring, seems completely happy and relaxed. Then suddenly, chomp! They bite you. But before you think they've lost their mind, let me blow yours. These are called love bites, and they're actually how cats show intense affection to their family members. It's their version of saying, "I love you so much I could eat you up." But they mean it literally. In the wild, cats groom each other by nibbling and gentle biting to show care and bonding. Mother cats do this to their kittens constantly. When your cat gives you a love bite, they're treating you like their kitten or their mate. The key difference is pressure and context. Love bites are controlled, gentle, and happen during affectionate moments. If it actually hurts or comes with hissing and aggressive body language, that's completely different communication. Love bites should feel like tiny pinches, not actual pain. Now here's a behavior that's exactly why you clicked on this video. Because deep down, you knew your cat was trying to tell you something profound, and this simple stretch will finally reveal the beautiful truth about how much you mean to them. The love stretch greeting. Picture this. You walk into your living room after a long day, and there's your cat, sprawled out on their favorite cushion. The moment they spot you, something magical happens. They rise up slowly, arch their back into that perfect rainbow curve, extend their little paws forward like they're bowing to royalty, and let out the most satisfied yawn you've ever heard. And what do you think? Oh, they're just waking up from their afternoon nap. Wrong. You just witnessed the most pure display of love and trust in the entire animal kingdom. Here's the mind-blowing truth that will make you cry happy tears. When your cat stretches upon seeing you, not just any random stretch, but this specific greeting stretch, they're performing what scientists call a greeting stretch. And it's their way of screaming, "I'm so happy and relaxed to see you." Now here's where it gets incredible. In the wild, animals only stretch when they feel completely safe and stress-free. Your cat's nervous system is literally so calm around you that their body has to release all that beautiful, peaceful energy through stretching. But wait, there's more to this story that will absolutely melt your heart. This stretch? It's also your cat showing off their physical health and vitality to you specifically. They're essentially saying, "Look how strong and healthy I am for you, my beloved human." It's like receiving a daily wellness report combined with the purest love declaration. So the next time you see that stretch, that beautiful, deliberate arc of their spine, know that you've just received your cat's way of saying, "You make me feel so safe that I can be completely vulnerable, and so happy that my body literally celebrates your presence." That simple stretch? It's your cat announcing, "I love you," in the most authentic way they know how. You think that's impressive? Wait until you discover the genius psychology behind why cats completely ignore you. It's actually proof they're master manipulators who've been training you. The ignore master. Your cat completely ignores you when you call their name, and you think they're being rude or don't love you. Plot twist. They heard you perfectly, and this behavior actually proves their genius. Unlike dogs who are bred to please humans, cats choose when to respond based on their own agenda. Studies show cats recognize their names just as well as dogs, but they've mastered selective hearing. When they ignore you, they're actually demonstrating supreme confidence in your relationship. They think, "My human will still love me, even if I don't come running like a servant." It's the ultimate power move. But here's the crazy part. Cats who ignore their owners during the day often show more affection during quiet evening hours. They're not rejecting you. They're training you to respect their independence. Smart cats have trained millions of humans to work around their schedule, not the other way around. But when they do want attention, prepare yourself for this violent display of love. They literally assault you with their head, and what it means will leave you speechless. The head bonk attack. Your cat walks up and literally smashes their head into you like a furry battering ram, and you're wondering if they have brain damage. Actually, you just received the highest honor in the cat kingdom. This behavior, called head bunting, or head bonking, is how cats mark their most treasured possessions. And congratulations, that's you! Cats have scent glands on their forehead, cheeks, and chin that release happy pheromones called facial pheromones. When they headbutt you, they're literally marking you as their property, while also mixing your scents together to create a family smell. It's like they're saying, "You belong to me and I belong to you." But here's the mind-blowing part. Cats only do this to things they feel completely safe with. Wild cats do this to mark their territory boundaries and favorite resting spots. Your cat considers you their most valuable territory, but that loving gesture is nothing compared to the most horrifying gift your cat will ever give you, and why it actually proves they think you're a failure, the gift bringer. Your cat brings you dead mice, birds or bugs, and you're horrified thinking they're psychotic killers? Wrong. Your cat thinks you're a terrible hunter, and they're desperately trying to keep you from starving. This behavior comes from their maternal instincts. Mother cats bring prey to their kittens to teach hunting skills. When your cat brings you gifts, they're treating you like their helpless kitten who needs survival lessons. They've watched you hunt in the kitchen and clearly think you're failing miserably. That mouse is their version of a cooking class. But here's what's fascinating. Cats don't eat their gifts for you because they want you to practice the killing and eating. They're literally trying to turn you into a successful predator. It's not morbid, it's maternal love. They're saying, "I care about you so much. I don't want you to die of starvation, you adorable, incompetent hunter." Speaking of love, get ready for the most torturous display of affection that will have you questioning your sanity, and why your cat thinks you're their mother. The kneading machine. Your cat climbs on you and starts making biscuits on your body like they're working at a bakery, and their claws are murdering your legs. This adorable torture is actually your cat's way of saying you're their mother. Kneading mimics the motion kittens make when nursing. They knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk production. When adult cats do this to you, they're having a full emotional flashback to being a safe, loved kitten. Their brain releases the same comfort hormones as when they were babies. But here's the beautiful part. Cats only knead on things that make them feel completely secure and loved. That painful claw massage, it's their way of saying, "You make me feel as safe as my mother did." The rhythmic motion also releases endorphins, so they're literally getting high on love while kneading you. Those sharp claws are unfortunate side effects of pure bliss. Think that's destructive? Hold onto your seats because I'm about to reveal how your cat turns your toilet paper into their personal hunting ground, and why it makes them perfect predators. The toilet paper terrorist. Your cat destroys entire rolls of toilet paper like they're planning the apocalypse, and you think they're just being destructive? Actually, they're following perfect predator programming. Toilet paper triggers every hunting instinct cats possess. It moves when touched, makes crinkly sounds like small prey, and unrolls in unpredictable patterns, like a fleeing animal. Your bathroom becomes their personal hunting ground. But here's the genius part. This behavior indicates your cat has excellent reflexes and hunting skills. They're practicing the grab, bite, kick sequence they'd use on real prey. The long trail of paper mimics the way prey animals try to escape, triggering their chase instinct. Plus, the texture feels similar to feathers or fur under their claws. They're not being naughty. They're being perfectly designed predators. However, If your cat suddenly starts eating the paper, that could signal nutritional deficiencies or stress. So watch for that difference. But if you want to see your cat lose their absolute mind, just close one door in your house. The psychological reason behind their meltdown will amaze you. The closed door crisis. Your cat goes absolutely insane when any door in the house is closed, even rooms they never enter. This isn't about wanting to go inside. It's about FOMO, taken to the extreme. Cats are territorial control freaks who need to know everything happening in their domain. A closed door represents blocked information, and that triggers anxiety in their naturally curious brains. They think, what if something important is happening without me? But here's the psychology behind it. Cats feel safest when they can monitor all escape routes and territory boundaries. Closed doors disrupt their mental map of the house and make them feel trapped or excluded. They're not being dramatic. They're following survival instincts that say unknown spaces equal potential danger or missed opportunities. The moment you open the door, they often walk away satisfied, having confirmed that there's nothing interesting inside. They just needed to know their options were available. And if you think that's weird, wait until you discover why your cat becomes your personal bathroom bodyguard. The reason will make you see them as your protector forever. The bathroom stalker. Your cat follows you to the bathroom and stares at you while you're doing your business like a furry little pervert. This isn't weird. It's actually the ultimate compliment. In the wild, using the bathroom is when animals are most vulnerable to predator attacks. By following you, your cat is appointing themselves as your personal bodyguard. They're thinking, my human is in a vulnerable position. I need to watch for threats. It's the same reason they might try to escort you on walks or follow you around the house. But here's the emotional part. Your cat has also learned that bathroom time means uninterrupted human attention. You can't escape. You can't multitask. So they get 100% of your focus for those precious minutes. Some cats even see the bathroom as a safe, quiet bonding space. They're not being creepy. They're being protective and seeking quality time with their favorite human. But hold on to your mind because this next phenomenon will make you question reality itself. Your cat can see invisible boxes that don't exist, and the science behind it is absolutely insane. The invisible box obsession. Your cat sits perfectly inside imaginary boxes that don't exist, and you think they've lost their minds. Actually, your cat can see geometric patterns that your human brain completely misses. Scientists discovered that cats have a neurological phenomenon called phantom box syndrome. They're attracted to square shapes, even when they're just drawn on the floor. Their brains are hardwired to seek enclosed spaces because boxes equal safety in their ancient programming. But here's the mind-blowing part. Cats can detect even incomplete box shapes, and their brain fills in the missing parts. Those 4 lines on your floor? Your cat sees a complete fortress. This isn't just cute behavior. It reveals that cats process visual information completely differently than humans. They're seeing a 3D world we can't even imagine. Try drawing a square on your floor with tape. Watch your cat claim their new invisible kingdom. Think that's incredible. Prepare to have your mind exploded by why your cat refuses fresh water but drinks from the toilet. Their survival instincts are absolutely genius. The water bowl archaeologist. Your cat has a perfectly clean, fresh bowl of water, but insists on drinking from dirty puddles, toilets, or your glass instead. They're not being gross. They're being brilliant survival experts. Here's what's actually happening that will blow your mind. Moving water in the wild means fresh water, while still water could be stagnant and dangerous. Your cat's ancient brain doesn't trust that bowl because it looks dead. But there's an even crazier reason. Cats can taste the difference between water that's been sitting and fresh water because they have incredibly sensitive taste buds that detect mineral changes. That gross toilet water is constantly refreshed and tastes alive to them. Plus, Cats prefer drinking away from their food source because in nature, water near food could be contaminated by prey. Your cat isn't being picky. They're following 10,000-year-old survival protocols that kept their ancestors alive. But get ready for the most terrifying sound your cat makes. Those midnight demon screams that wake you up, and why they're actually brilliant acoustic engineers. The Midnight Yell Singer. Your cat sits in the hallway at night and lets out blood-curdling yowls like they're summoning demons, but there's nothing there? Your cat isn't going crazy. They're being a genius communicator, using advanced acoustic engineering. Cats discovered that hallways, bathrooms, and empty rooms create perfect echo chambers that amplify their voice up to 3 times louder. They're strategically choosing these locations for maximum sound projection. But here's the shocking truth. Those late-night concerts aren't random. Senior cats especially do this because their hearing might be declining, so they yell to hear their own voice echo back and confirm their vocal cords still work. Younger cats use hallway acoustics to practice their territorial announcements. It's like voice training. Some cats are literally testing their broadcast range to communicate with outdoor cats or neighbors. They've turned your house into their personal recording studio. Think that's smart? Wait until you discover why your cat destroys your plants while ignoring their toys. They're actually trying to be their own doctor. The Plant Destroyer. Scientist. Your cat ignores 50 safe toys but becomes obsessed with destroying your expensive plants. They're not being spiteful. They're following incredible botanical instincts that most people never understand. Here's the mind-blowing truth. Cats are attracted to plants that move, and even tiny air currents make leaves flutter like prey animals. But there's something even more fascinating. Cats can detect which plants have certain chemicals that aid their digestion. That destructive plant eating might actually be self-medication. Wild cats instinctively eat specific grasses and herbs to help with hairballs, digestive issues, or even stress relief. Your houseplant-destroying cat is trying to be their own veterinarian. However, here's the scary part. Many houseplants are toxic to cats, so they're playing botanical Russian roulette. Their instincts are perfect for wild plants, but dangerous for decorative ones. They're not being bad. They're being incredibly smart about something that doesn't exist in nature. But prepare yourself for the ultimate display of feline intelligence. Your cat is conducting scientific experiments on you and your house, and you're their unwitting test subject. The gravity experiment terrorist. Your cat systematically knocks things off counters, tables, and shelves while making direct eye contact with you like a tiny criminal mastermind. This isn't destruction. It's advanced scientific research. Your cat is literally conducting physics experiments to understand their environment. Here's what's actually happening in their brilliant brains. Cats are testing gravity, weight, and object behavior, because in the wild, understanding how things fall could mean the difference between catching prey or falling from a tree. But here's the psychological masterstroke. They've also learned that dropping things gets immediate human attention, making you come running every single time. They've essentially trained you to respond to their experiments like a lab assistant, the direct eye contact. They're studying your reaction as much as the falling object. They're collecting data on both physics and human behavior simultaneously. Your cat has turned your house into their personal research laboratory and you into their test subject. And for the revelation that will change how you see your cat forever. They're not staring at empty corners because they're crazy. They're accessing superhuman abilities that make them seem like they can see ghosts. The Ghost Hunter. Your cat stares intensely at empty corners, follows invisible things with their eyes, and acts like there's something there when you see absolutely nothing. Your cat isn't seeing ghosts. They're accessing superhuman sensory abilities that make them seem psychic. Here's the reality that will blow your mind. Cats can see UV light patterns that are completely invisible to human eyes. That empty corner might be lit up like a disco ball with UV reflections from windows, electronics, or even dust particles. But there's more. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 Hz, while humans max out at 20,000 Hz. They're hearing ultrasonic sounds from electronics, rodents and walls, or even neighbor activities that create a rich audio landscape you're completely deaf to. Plus, their whiskers detect air pressure changes so subtle they can feel movement around corners before seeing it. When your cat tracks invisible prey, they're often following scent trails, sound waves, or light patterns that create a completely different reality than what you experience. They're not crazy. They're living in a sensory world that's far richer than ours. But now, I need to share something critical that could save your cat's life. These next 3 behaviors look normal, but are actually emergency warnings that most owners tragically ignore. The silent suffering hider. Your cat suddenly becomes extra quiet, starts sleeping in unusual places like closets or under beds, and avoids interaction. And you think, oh, they're just being moody. Stop. This could be a life or death situation. Here's the terrifying truth most cat owners never learn. Cats are masters of hiding pain because in the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. When your cat isolates themselves, they might be suffering from internal pain, organ failure, or serious illness. That antisocial behavior is actually their ancient survival instinct kicking in. They're finding a safe place to either recover or die. Wild cats hide when they're vulnerable, and your house cat is following the same protocol. But here's the scary part. By the time you notice these subtle changes, your cat might have been suffering for weeks. Kidney disease, arthritis, dental pain, or even heart problems can cause this withdrawal behavior. The difference between a moody cat and a sick cat could mean the difference between life and death. But this next warning sign is even more terrifying. Your cat's bathroom habits change slightly, and most owners think it's no big deal, until it's too late. The bathroom alarm bell. Your cat starts using the litter box more frequently, takes longer in there, or you notice tiny changes in their urine or poop, and you think it's probably nothing serious. This could be the most dangerous mistake you ever make. Here's what's actually happening that will terrify you. Cats can go from healthy to critical condition in just 24 to 48 hours with urinary blockages, kidney disease, or digestive issues. That extra trip to the litter box could mean they're straining to urinate. And male cats can die within hours if they can't pee. Changes in litter box habits are your cat's only way of telling you something is catastrophically wrong inside their body. Blood in urine, constipation, diarrhea, or increased frequency are all red flags screaming, "Emergency!" But here's the heartbreaking truth. Most owners notice these changes but wait to see if it gets better, while their cat suffers in silence. Your cat's bathroom habits are literally their medical report card. Ignore it and you could lose them forever. And this final warning behavior is the most heartbreaking of all. Your cat tries to tell you they're dying, but most humans completely misunderstand their desperate plea for help. The final farewell signal. Your normally independent cat suddenly becomes clingy, follows you everywhere, or conversely, disappears completely and won't come when called. And you think they're just going through a phase. This could be your cat's way of saying goodbye forever. Here's the devastating reality that will break your heart. When cats sense they're seriously ill or dying, they either seek comfort from their beloved human or hide away to die alone. It's their final act of love and protection. Cats who become suddenly affectionate might be trying to spend their last precious moments with you, creating final bonds and memories. But cats who disappear are following their wild instinct to die away from the pack, to avoid attracting predators to their family. Both behaviors are your cat's way of handling their mortality with dignity. The tragedy. Most owners dismiss sudden personality changes as getting old or being weird, when they're actually receiving their cat's final message. If your cat's behavior dramatically changes, whether they become a shadow following you or vanish into hiding spots, this is their emergency signal that something is terribly wrong inside their body and they need immediate medical attention. But let me end with the most beautiful cat behavior that will restore your faith in the incredible bond you share. This simple stretch will make you realize your cat sees you as their everything. Smash that like button if you tried slow blinking at your cat while watching this. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next week I'm revealing the dark secrets of why cats knock things off tables. And it's not what you think. This behavior actually proves your cat is a criminal mastermind. Share this with every cat owner you know. They need to understand what their cat is really thinking